off T-side, not really ideal, but it's better than running pistols to go along with it, so they'll get one further in their arsenal. And Cold, he's now fully aware of the fact that they're trying to hold it. Phelps, good position, shadow position, remember that as well. I don't even think he's going to go this way, though, because he has the bomb. He can't afford to go alone.
Yeah, absolutely right. He has to join his teammates here. If he dies, the round's over, and he knows that ideally they pin to the A side, but they don't have to. Fallen there. A little bit odd he didn't drop off. I think he wanted to get a flashbang or a Molotov in before he dropped down, but it cost him his life. And now 30 seconds remaining. This will be an A execution to finish things off here. Renegades ready to deploy it. Could be a bit of a ruse, though. Need to head back towards B potentially here. There's still two CTs waiting for them. 20 seconds now, and Cold Zera seems to be aware of it. Will give the information to his teammates, and in they go for the doors and the window.
Taco waits below it, though. Taco waits below it, and he holds! Oh, he gets a fourth as well as JKS goes down on the bomb. It's up on top of the box. Phelps is going to wrap it around. He's not going to get the ace, but it doesn't matter because they've got the round, and Phelps confirms it.
Well, there it is. He's always been a solid anchor in CSGO, but Taco goes above and beyond for his teammates there. It's the orc beneath the window, and my God, does he do some serious damage here. 4 kills in total, and he didn't even break a sweat there. Superb from Taco. Renegades, nice call. A fake, looked like it was going to be successful. So much manpower towards that window area, but Taco was ready for it. Good comms from the Brazilians there, and it's going to be another eco for Renegades now, as they are down 7-4. Nothing really invested into this round. A few deagles and a P250. That's about it with the one flashbang available to them. This will be a struggle now. We've only seen Renegades a couple of times on Dust2, and it's their C sides that have been so heroic for them.
Just, Aza's not been able to get anything going at all this game.
Yeah, he's 1 in 10 right now, I believe. So he's been having a fantastic tournament. Needs to pull his socks up here, but MIBR aware of the situation. This could be holding up in a very defensive formation. You can see Cold Zera towards Goose. Here we're playing off Fallen. He wants Fallen to take all the aggro for him, take a couple of shots, and he'll swing out just when they commit to the plant.
I guess the first, even with vision, there it is. Cold. This time, unlike the MP9, he's got a little more range, so he takes the fighter early. That's quite acrobatic. It's 2 for diving on Azur. It's Phelps to close out the round, 8-4.
There it is. This time they do deny the plant. That's a perfect anti-eco setup there. Renegades might want to take a timeout. They're averaging around $4,500 each. Not really enough to get the AWP out. Not really enough for a full buy in general. They will commit to it, but they're going to have to discuss their options here. And MIBR know they have the advantage now. Do they want to mix things out? Do they want to boost an all towards short potentially and look towards lower B? That's a very common move in these sort of plays. But they're looking very good. This is their map pick, and they've certainly got Renegades on the ropes now. Kassad chiming in. Zeus doesn't feel like he has to. His teammates have got this on lockdown. They're changing the setup every single round. They're looking good.
That's someone that you have to talk about as well. We saw Dead. There was a shot earlier. He's sitting with the families of MIBR in the crowd. He used to stand behind them. More of a moral coach in any sort of capacity, where Zeus is very tactical, and he's won 2 majors with the core of this lineup. That's part of the reason they brought him back.
What a nade that was, just to shut it all down. So 5 AKs indeed. So enough for a default here. They've got the majority of their utility. Do need to see more in the firepower department, though. There's Taco. He will be waiting at the mouth of the B-bomb side there, with the AWP looking to steal away a kill and then fall back, if he can. B-split potential here, but right now. I'm just going to mid control at the start and see what they can do from it.
Satisfaction clears out. This could be well timed. As well. Double nade. Ouch. Good amount of damage. Az is going to be feeling the brunt of it. As if he's not already feeling remorse in this game as it is. Again, it's catwalk. That's the default. They're well aware of the fact that it's clearly been established. Think of the round that they rotated back toward A when Cold was waiting for JKS. Fur even turned the second he walked out. They know that he lurks in the tunnels.
This is a really dirty spot from Fur here. Actually, that vision above this smoke, if he is able to drop off, it actually is a little bit shallower than I expected. So let's play it in that angle. That's still a strong position. They won't necessarily check that. As JKS sneaks out now, 40 seconds, looking for rotating CT players. Fallen this time, flashed again, but it's a very effective one. He's actually alone at this stage. Cold Zera down in the CT spawn area, can't get around just yet. Trying to find 1 kill, but he takes a bullet to the face. That's going to be a plan for Renegades.
And this time with all 5 up as well. Smoke will go down, that'll cover off a bit more vision from Pit. They know that the CTs are still out there, so that limits Fallen's resources. Open the killing as well. JKS, he's able to get Fur. He'll follow the position, but Taco, secondary opper on Dust2. The angle covered off from CT. And they're getting closer. He heard the warning shot. Warning shot that draws attention, draws him near. He'll go for more. Knows there was two. He's got that as well, and it's going to be backing away for the CTs. The only option, in fact, they're locked in because JKS does hold the mid doors still. Can they save the weapons? Cold, he's not exactly well financed at this point in time, but they should be just fine to get away with it. MIBR. They'll keep the omen. Doing so, Nade's not going to support him, so it's Renegades with their fifth, 4 players staying up and very much needed on their side.
Surprised the Renegades didn't pick up the AWP at the end of that round. Jacobs ran past him, maybe he thought his teammates had already recovered it, but either way, it will be Renegades to win the round. We're heading to round 14 here, as the AWP is still in the hands of Taco, but Renegades try to claw their way back into this first half. Will there be a timeout? Doesn't look like it. We've got Fallen, who will recover the secondary orb here. Money's running a little bit thin. They've got enough for somewhat of a buy. This goes wrong for them, but Fallen wants to get towards lower B now. He made his name with the up-close and personal AWP style, but this is a difficult shot. If he survives this with a kill, I'll be very impressed.
Find out. It's got it. Smoke already down, too. He'll slip concealed back to the keep as he takes the AWP and falls off the angle so that they cannot trade it. They cannot respond it. We said it. Second offer on this time. Didn't work out, but a pre-smoke in place for him. He's able to fall off inside of it, and Fur, he'll spray in to find gratification. It's only 3 rounds, but it's still a reset against the Australian core.
Footwork there from Taco. Misses the shot, but denies everything. The incendiary goes down. His teammate does damage. It's now a 5 versus 2 with a minute remaining against MINHAS and JKS with little to no options here. They do have the bomb, but that is waiting for mistakes here. There's no reason for the CTs to push in on their position. Just hold them in, and they'll run the clock down here and wait until about 10-second mark, and then they'll start locking them in and see if they can deny cash. But their money's pretty low on the CT side. They don't want to be too aggressive here. They'll wait for Renegades to make the next.
Start thinking about the decibels and dollars, because right now that's the cause to all of their problems. And if they save these 2 AKs, they'll be able to at least purchase in the next. Remember, this was only 3 rounds built up, but it's still a reset.
JKS can drop a Galil. That's about as exciting as it gets for him. Liaz will get nothing on top of his $150. He's got a Molotov and a flash, so he might as well hold the AK. 5 seconds remain. Doesn't look MIBR are going to be challenging too much here, so Renegades will at least have 2 AKs here. Jacob can buy as well, so that's not too bad, but as you can see, there does be a problem with Azza right now, 1-12. He's been so good on Dust2 as well. It goes 9-5 as we head into the final round of the first half here. This is the MIBR pick, and you can see why. Great setup, very dynamic. Just changing the firepower around. They've had 3 in B, 3 towards middle, 2 on short, 3 long. Just every single round. Difficult to predict what they're up to. And the double orbs, especially with Taco on it as well. It seems like they're putting a lot more trust in him with this roster.
And that is the cool thing about Dust2. Even the CT side, they're still covering off the same thing. And even if they want to take short, they can play passive or aggressive on retakes. This time it's aggressive indeed toward long. Corner smoke down. It allowed Azza to get out. He finally gets another kill onto the board. And that brings him to a total of 2, but closer to the pit to hold. The problem is they've lost the mid doors this time. Jacob goes early. JKS already lost. That's the player that's been lurking, calling the rotations, giving them the information. And they'll have to try and go with all they have at this point in time. And all they have is long.
You can see Renegades feeling the pressure now. Jacob just walking out middle. No flashbang, no teammates with him. Instantly punished. And now it's a 4 versus 3. And Azza, the orc, has been tagged. But trying to smoke the long crossover here, but Fallen, ready and waiting, takes down their AWP, and this looks impossible without successful HP. It's Liaz who has to do all the heavy lifting here. Will they even get a farm?
He's already popping up, trying to spot to the backside of the site. He's rotated around, he wants the plants. Back off the ramp, and they're going to actually push through to try and counter off the plant, to try and deny the bomb going down. Because it's round 15, money's not a factor. It's not about collecting that, it's about winning the round, and they've done exactly that to find 10-5 CT side for MIBR. Remember, Renegades chose this map.
They absolutely did. Renegades struggling on their T side there. They were unable to win the pistol, but I thought that gun rounds would yield more fruit than that. Maybe feeling the pressure at the big stage, we're seeing some of the important names not arrive just yet. But it's not too late. They can bring this back in the second half. And you'll have to come join us after this break.
$10-5 for the Brazilians in their return to a national lineup at a major. They sit well and truly in clear vision of this map ahead of Renegades, and they chose it. Renegades chose to be on Dust2. We go to train next, and we know how good MIBR are. This core was part of that 17-0 run.
It wasn't even the core. It's this 5 that were actually amazing at it. They were looking fantastic on that particular map. I'm so excited to see what they can bring to the table there. It's been a long time since the Brazilians have looked that good on train, but can they relive the glory days once again? We shall see. It's going to be now the lower B play. Saw some great innovations from Renegades in the first half pistol. What have they got up their sleeve here? Currently have 2 players towards short. And it looks like flash through middle now is on the cards. But Gratification looking to challenge his single players with him as well. Looking to find that initial headshot. Can't do it. Gives away his position, but still challenging it. He knows he has to deliver.
Fur's already out mid and already at the window. JKS is certainly aware of it. Good find in the first. That actually discourages Phelps from going in. Hold on. He's going to go anyway, and he finds out why he hesitated in the first place. JKS is unmoved in the back of the site so far. Just standing resiliently. He's already forced Taco to reconsider. He'll take the bomb back to mid, and the whole plan shuffles. So too does the defense. Jacobs rotated back around.
Nothing left in terms of utility for the MIBR boys. They'll head towards A. And a lot of CC presence here, and headshots are plenty available as well. coldzera does answer back, and his Gratification taken down. He goes down to the 2-on-1. The bomb has dropped down towards spawn. The nightmare situation for coldzera has come through. He has got 35 seconds here. Upgrades to a USP. Has the range now to challenge these CTs in spawn. One of the scariest players to be up against in a one-on-one duel. They'll need to use power and numbers here to shut him down as he waits for a step to be made. Can he find the first incision? Certainly not, but a fantastic round from JKS. They needed that pistol, Matt. He delivers. It looked like he was about to fall apart as well. The B split, very effective. They get the first trade in their favor, and they head towards that window. But as you mentioned, JKS is just a rock at their very back, so calm under pressure, and he hits 3 kills in total and denies that plant, which will be very important for MIBR. And it looks like they're going to force buy in the second round. Deagles, armor, and a scout. This is a scary round to be up against. MIBR are so good in these sort of rounds. There's the initial damage.
Yep, that's what Fallen's known for. An absolute pest to anyone trying to cross over to get toward B. Taco already up toward Catwalk, Deagle in hand. Fur behind, so too's Kolb. On with the 3, the trio. Taco back with his old mates. First to go. Spotting one. Hasn't done damage, but they are now 1 HP. He's barely alive. Smoke down, they'll plant on this. Safe side box, they'll control Catwalk. Phelps is still holding the backside of it, so they know that no one's been able to rotate back around from middle. As a JKS, Jacob all underneath, 2 toward long. They've got the range. You'd think that long would be great. Smoke's already down. So that smoke at long will soon dissipate, and that will reveal a lot of problems on top of the site.
Look at all the damage that's being done. This is so stifling for the CTs now. How do they possibly win this round? Azza, he has got HP, but not anymore. It's Fur and Phelps who are just delivering the pain over and over again. CT surely can't do anything. They're still even getting close to the bomb site. It's MIBR who steal away the second round in stunning form. Unbelievable scene, though. The initial damage is over and over again. CT just didn't have a say in that one, Matt. Nothing to be done.
They took down the 2 high HP players simultaneously with 1 shot.
Unbelievable. Well, there you have it. It's got to be a force buy and response here. Renegades thought they were on their feet, winning the second half pistol, but hope is quickly eradicated.
Yeah, if there were contenders, they're now throwing the fight. This is a bigger problem than ever before because they're back against the wall, 11-6, and they now have to force with a scout. Not as easily done on a CT side, because is it going to be relevant? You don't even necessarily get to pick your battles.
Exactly. If you're on the T side, you can go as a 5-man group up against FAMASes and scouts. If you're on the CD side, you're spread very thin. You're hoping one individual can do a lot of damage. That really does have to be Gratisfaction here. He needs to find tags, not necessarily kills, to soften them up for these pistols to stand a chance against the full commitment here from MIBR. But they've been so good in these rounds. It's been one of the real interesting talking points of MIBR in this tournament, their efficiency and these sort of anti-eco rounds. We'll see if it's going to ring true here. The smoke goes down towards CT spawn. They'll be focusing towards the A bomb site still. Maybe not for long.
Yeah, not at all. Not with the smoke about to go down again. They'll redress toward mid. Now that's the second smoke. That'll be called, but really what can you do about it? Gratisfaction has the scout back towards CT. He's going to spam through it, hopefully trying to catch someone running in. I suppose that's all he's got. On the other side, if he had more, if he had any more ammo inside of that demon, he may have been as well. Fur will take down Jacob. That opens up the site, even though it's now, okay, a 3-on-2. Back to the game, Azza. They still get the bomb planted. Phelps is so low, though. This is for Azza. That could spoil everything. Phelps does hold the taco position, cuts his off the headshot. But he still has to be so careful. They know he's trapped into the corner because the flames have only now extinguished. He couldn't run back through them. Furry waits inside a closet as well. And if Gratisfaction, if they win the duel, get through the door, he's going to have to be perfect with the AUG. Even the shoulder movement, falling out of position. He's got the first. Gratisfaction now knows the likeliness of the round is getting more and more slim. He does not have a kit. He does not have any health. Phelps gets him instead.
Touch and go there, and with JKS, did absolutely everything he could. You're right, if he had a few more bullets left, he might have been able to get the third. A close round doesn't do much for Renegades there because they're full eco next, and they're on the CT side. Unless they're winning that round, it's not really worth talking about the knock-on effect from those kills because they can't do anything about it. They can't force buy again. They have to just stick to the default weaponry of those USPs, which is just agonizing for them. We'll get into round number 19 here. It's likely to be 13-6. No damage done, at least, as they cross over. This is a round which is always destined to be in favor of the Brazilians here. No real stacks from the Renegades. That is going to have 2 towards B. A couple of layers towards short, and Phelps has got that long control.
He's got that long control. He's got that Molotov toward car. something's going his way, he can start to walk up. So to his team. Counter push from Renegades. Interesting decision to go out toward Catwalk. They've got to do something to get map control. 2 pistols as well, and Taco, he's going to be looking through the door. That smoke, it's not going to cover all the way to the top of Catwalk, so it's timing in his favor. They looked over, but they were backing off. They're backing off because the cross and walls are happening. The smoke getting down. They tried to get cold on the cross. They did, but they couldn't do anything further. They will now. JKS gives himself up immediately after, and unfortunately, they are asked to report further. As MIBR find 13-3 to go, and a bit of a poor showing from Renegades so far on Dust2. If this was a gamble, it's not paid off.
Remember, though, Renegades have been the kings of the comeback at this tournament. In the past, they were always very good at getting close to the finish line but not crossing it. But at this tournament, especially in that best of 3 against Astralis, managed to take a map off them after being down in a horrible state. Can they do it again, though? They'll go for 5 orgs here. Money not really strong enough to justify the satisfaction, but that's not the end of the world. But this round has to be a win for them. They can't afford another loss here. Flashbang goes in from Taco. He's trying to bait out grenades. Best way he can is going to be incendiaries. Molotovs exchange towards the B bomb site. JKS holding with his team here right now. He's got some backup towards CT spawn as well in the first satisfaction, and first pushing towards that area.
But they put the double smoke down. So even if Grat pushes through, he won't be able to see toward the top of the ramp, and this is going to cause a little bit of confusion for him. And Fur in between aisles. Optimistic and daringly, he finds Gratisfaction.
That's by design, by the way. Fur is using that smoke to actually use the gap in towards window. He's got a smoke to his left-hand side to block him from window, and then he can look all the way towards that crossover there with a nicely designed smoke. That's really cool. Gratisfaction, you're right. Confused as to what was going on. Down he goes. An early 5-on-4 here. And the CTs even hold on. They have 1-8. That is it.
Oh, that sound said it all. Leah's couldn't do anything scoped in on the AUG. The AK wins it out, and even still, Phelps was already up for Mong. You're right. This is 14-6. They have to save the weapons. They have no other choice at this point.
Just splattered towards long.
Wherever
just for good
you please.
measure. You can put it whatever you like for.
Put it in the open.
You can put it on the box.
They're hunting. No, Fallen's waiting. He doesn't want to plant. He wants to get them further out. They're searching T-spawn right now. Fallen has Taco to stay with him to make sure he doesn't get caught off, and he's just going to wait. He wants his team to clear the map. He wants all 3 of these guns down. They want to absolutely punish Renegades.
You're absolutely right there. They want to get everyone in position and make sure they at least get a couple of these kills, and why not? They've got plenty of money here. They want to leave Renegades with nothing for the follow-up round as Phelps starts to dissect the B tunnels here. All 3 players on the CT side reside in the B bomb site. Remember, they just got 1 HE. They can't smoke off anything here. They have no AWP to defend. And Phelps coming in with his AK could be very problematic. It's Azza. We haven't talked about much here. 3 kills and 17 deaths. He could probably get a couple more for the challenge eventually, but down he goes.
And this is it. They cleared the whole map. He was already spraying the box because they checked T-spawn. They checked Catwalk. It's pretty obvious. That was brilliant, I have to say, from MIBR. The subtle details.
Yeah, you don't see many teams looking that efficient. Normally you get a bomb down straight away. Let's just run this timer down. Let's make sure we win the round, but that's incredibly smart. I love this setup from Fur. The fact he had the one-way smoke towards the crossover, the protection with the B side as well. It's allowed him to focus on that kill towards middle, waiting for a CD to step out of line, and they leave them with absolutely nothing. It's round 21. Their loss bonus isn't even fully established here. They're at the 4th stage, which means they get $2,900 per player on the CT side. Definitely not enough to buy, but they cannot allow this to go 15-6. They can't take the eco. They're going to have to buy. And Jacobs bring out the Nova shotgun. You don't see that too often on Dust2.
$14-6. Again, Fallen. Oh, up close, Azure! He got him running by! Caught me so off I hard pronounced the R. I'm sorry, Australia, but Azure, that was spectacular on the scout. And he goes back up on top of the A side as well.
Well, a good start. They're going to need a lot more where that came from. Azure falls back towards the A side. Absolutely clotheslines falling in T-spawn. Still, they only have the scout and a Nova shotgun. They didn't fully invest here just to know that. They actually went for a bit of a partial buy. I thought they'd spend everything, but a very disciplined approach. If they somehow win this round, and they've got this leftover money, they might be back in this. It could be enough. Could being the operative word there.
flash off. Azza still watching out toward long. Needs a second one. This time it's not going to go his way. Taco, he pulls it back for Fala. Gets in position again. Doesn't want to overextend because he knows the Deagle's there. And he had 2 hands to fire and he fired one. Ball down temporarily, I say, because it's easily grabbable in between the smokes, but it buys a bit of time and a bit of space. Cold will find grass. Gap for Phelps, slow to respond, however. Luckily, Cold is doing great work from Catwalk. In their favor, 33 seconds to go. They've got lots of time to get the bomb on the site. It's just Jacob left.
This is going to be so frustrating for Renegade to keep getting so close to it. Stealed around the way, but now the 2 versus 1, they know exactly where Jacob is. He has little to no chance of winning this. He'll have to go long and hope no one's watching this angle, but Taco is there. Nice shoulder bait to actually get out of the long doors, but still, they can just fall back and challenge this together. Should be no world if they can win this now. He knows it.
Absolutely done. I mean, what can you do at that point? It's got to save something, sure. Force buy needed. It is map points for MIBR. No lead is safe on this stage, however. Liquid showed us yesterday. Or actually, I think that's choice.
They did. I think that's more appropriate. Jacob will save the AK-47. He's got enough to drop an orb. That was a great job from Azab. The scout looked like could be enough, but this man here, he was the one to sabotage all their efforts towards the A side. Great work, and that's a lot of pressure released now on the MIBR side. They've got tons of cash. They've got 9 map points to work with here. Double orb set up for Renegades. We'll see whether this will be enough to keep them in the game. Gratisfaction and JKS. Haven't seen JKS much on the orb, to be honest. It's just kind of removed him from that role as he takes a lot of damage at the start, down to 25.
Smoke covers the door. Tries to get back into it, but Fur will work up the catwalk. Gratisfaction and Azza playing in conjunction off of each other. JKS tagged, sure, but double op, he's got one of them. It won't matter that much for him. Gratisfaction, we saw Fallen in the same position. It's the drop spot above CT. Same effect, it was a flash. Fallen was taken down, Gratisfaction swallowed his pride and backs off. Still waits as well inside of middle, but MIBR are taking it safe and slow. JKS inside of B. Smokes off the tunnel with 47 seconds. That buys about 10 of them, but just go through it. Has a good flash back in. Fur's able to get caught by that. Gratisfaction was the one who threw it. They might have to just go through this. Smoke down. JKS waiting. Some rules with no intentions to break because they've got to go through it. They don't have time to beat. They can trade it back. Jacob, he's still on top of the window. Does he? He went back in, and it cost them because Azza was forced to try and play off of it. It might be the round in itself. It might be the game on that because Grat can't find them on the cross with the AWP, and Liaz is only getting in position now with the on. Quick shot to tunnel preemptively. They got the window covered off. Liaz can't find his way through it, and Gratisfaction, he was right to assume. Didn't spot it, does now. Time is ticking. One kick. Gratisfaction has it. Still going to hold on to the AWP. Op stats perhaps representative of why he's been successful with it. No one else. Double up enough. Taco's got it back. Cole holds it off 16-6. MIBR up 1 map.
This is a team that looks dangerous. MIBR on Dust2, the pick of Renegades. Running away with it. Everyone turns up. We spur the top of the chart at 21 frags and only 7 dash there. Renegades just couldn't get going. Any success they had instantly shut down. So many resets there.